Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have the one and only, the ever so talented, we got the one and only Blando Bandz right here, live on 97.
Man, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man, doing great down here in Canada. I have to ask, how's everything out there on your end, man? It's actually great to actually kind of get back to normal life, man, after the past 2 years. It kind of feels strange at the same time, though.
Man, it do feel a little strange, but I jumped in head first, so everything going good on my end. I'm just working. That's it.
Hey man, I gotta say, and it's good as well. There's no pandemic or coronavirus to really interfere with the grind, man. Because I gotta say, it was definitely a very hard grind, man. Actually, just getting through that pandemic, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy. It was scary. It was definitely new for all of us.
But I know you're a busy guy, Blando, so I'm gonna dive right into this broadcast, man. But I want to take you back to the beginning of your amazing career this far within the music industry. And I have to ask, man, what originally made you decide to pursue a career within the music industry originally, man? Because you got some phenomenal bars, man. You're absolutely talented.
Appreciate you, bro. Honestly, just watching my big cousin O'Shea do music, he was just always doing music when I was younger, and just seeing that as a kid, it just grew on me, and I naturally picked up on it and wanted to get in the studio and wanted to freestyle and, do stuff like that.
And I have to ask, man, like when you actually said you learned from your cousin O'Shea and whatnot, did you guys ever think about forming a hip hop duo, or was he just kind of mentor and mentoree?
Yeah, honestly, like when I was younger, he was just more of my mentor, and as of now, he's still doing music, and I'm still doing music too. We never thought about actually like coming together and doing like a boy band or anything like that, but like he already know, like whenever he got a song in an open verse, I'll hop on it and vice versa. So the love is always still here.
I gotta say, man, I think it'd be phenomenal if you guys actually get together and at least do a song together, man. Because it just, like, obviously you guys are cousins, you have history, man. So at the end of the day, man, I think there'd be phenomenal chemistry to just on that single alone.
Yeah, he actually just dropped a song with me on there.
And if you don't mind me asking, while we're actually on the topic of that, man, where can our listeners actually check that out? That way they can hear the other side of you.
You can find out actually on any platform. If you look up Blando Bandz on Apple Music, you'll be able to find everyone I did features with and everyone I did songs with. You can also find it on Spotify, just any major platform. He made sure that he dropped it on everything, and also all my music is on every platform too.
And also as well, man, on March 21st of 2018, you actually released the phenomenal 5-track EP titled Free Wayne. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this earlier release project. And of course, is it still available to be streamed or purchased today?
Yes, actually, that EP is only on SoundCloud. That was actually an EP that my homeboy dropped for me. Rest in peace to him. His name was DZ, and I was actually incarcerated. I had just got faced with a 3-year bid, and he dropped it for me. And, to give the fans something to listen to while I was gone. You can actually find that on only SoundCloud right now.
And I gotta say as well, man, it is definitely a phenomenal project, man. I gotta say, I'm sorry to hear you actually went through that, man, but, it just proves how great of a friend you was to actually take care of your business when you were away, man.
Yeah, he was on it. He was screaming Free Wayne every day, posting videos, pictures, anything that he could do, he was doing it. He's definitely a true definition of a brother. That's a brother right there.
And I gotta say, man, the one song that I really actually liked off that project, man, is actually Account, man. I listened to the whole project, but Account was definitely the one that I really resonated with.
Yeah, Account, yeah, we were just acting the fool in the studio. We was young, probably about 18 years old, and see, the thing about him is he used to engineer and produce too, so we could just be in the studio all day. So any ideas I had, he would drop it, bring it into reality for me.
And also as well, man, you were actually the co-founder and CEO of the clothing brand Stay Down. I was wondering what made yourself and your partner actually start up this brand, and of course, where can we actually buy some clothing today?
I'm actually setting up the website now. It'll be available in probably next week. The website is www.staydown1440.com. And actually, the other CEO, he's actually incarcerated right now. I actually met him while I was incarcerated, and he actually thought about the whole Stay Down movement, and, he made sure he stressed it that it's not a gang, it's just, it's a lifestyle. Just stay down consistently to whatever it is that you're doing, you feel me? Just stay grounded. And I like the idea of it, so we actually chopped it up years ago about this, and now I'm actually putting it into play and making things happen now, and he's still incarcerated. He'll be home in about a year.
And I gotta say, man, you guys, I saw some of the posts on Instagram, man, and you guys have some phenomenal clothing, man. I'm definitely gonna snag myself a shirt or a hoodie, man, whenever you guys get that website up, man. Phenomenal, phenomenal quality stuff.
Man, I'm gonna definitely send you a shirt or a sweater because you definitely always show love, and I really do appreciate it. So you definitely got something on the way from us.
Hey, most definitely, man. And I have to ask, did you guys actually, with this clothing line, do you guys actually have plans to branch out and do more than just clothing? Maybe like set up a label or something like that, or is it just strictly clothing at this current moment?
Oh no, we plan on going all the way. We plan on, a stay down gym, stay down label, stay down studio. Anything we could put stay down on, it's gonna be on something.
And also as well, man, July 23rd, 2021, you actually released a phenomenal 7-track album titled DZ World. I was wondering, what is the story and inspiration behind this project? And of course, do you actually have any hard copies available for the listeners that do still love that CD, love that CD format?
As of right now, I don't have any hard copies available, but I can definitely make that happen. And as far as the actual EP, I dropped that on July 23rd because that was my anniversary of coming home from prison. So I had got released July 23rd of 2020. So I decided, I'm going to drop a little EP. And on top of that, I got to pay respects to my homeboy DZ that passed away. I named it DZ World to represent him and, just to give, thanks and let his family know that I'm still thinking about him and, that time won't ever change the bond that me and him had.
And also as well, man, I gotta say, that album definitely was absolutely phenomenal, man. Do you have any plans to actually put together another full-length project, or are you just currently working on singles right now?
Lately I've been just dropping singles. I try to drop a single every week or every other week, but now I'm actually thinking about dropping a project called Stay Down after the clothing brand, so that way it all makes sense. And I want to get a big feature on there with Flat Eye.
I gotta say, that definitely would be monumental, man, actually getting that feature on that project, man. Definitely would help blow up the clothing brand much more than it already is.
Most definitely. I'm definitely putting that in works now. I've been chopping it up with Flag Eye, and I've been chopping it up with, a lot of people that just put things in motion. My video man, engineer, so I got a lot of stuff in motion right now.
And the one thing I have to ask you, man, because listening to your music, man, when you actually submitted your music, the one thing I loved about you, man, is you don't sound like a lot of the new age artists nowadays. They kind of all sound the same, but you bring your own unique sound to the hip hop community. I have to ask, man, how did you actually generate your sound? And of course, what is some great advice you can give some inspiring artists that kind of want to follow in the same footsteps as Blando Bandz?
Honestly, I generated my style while I was locked up. I just had a lot of time to really sit down and, study things and figure out which way I wanted to go with the music. My advice for everybody is, because I struggle with it too, trying to give in and trying to give everybody else what they want and please everybody else and fit the modern style. My advice for anybody that's up and coming is just stay consistent to what you're doing, because your differences is what's going to bring you out, what's going to blow you up, not being like everybody else. So right now, everybody might want to twerk and everybody might want to, shoot and do all that. But as we get older, you feel me, people not going to want to still hear the same music, listen to the same music. You want to make music that lasts generations, that never dies down. And as we age, you want to have music that's going to age with you. So my advice is just to stay consistent. Don't ever slow down, regardless of if you got one listener, a million listeners. Just never quit, stay consistent, and just keep grinding,
And I gotta say, man, that definitely is some solid advice, man. 'Cause that's the one thing I notice as well, especially being a part of the music industry. You hear a lot of the same music, and sometimes you say to yourself, is this the same artist? But then you realize it's not, man. So it's always refreshing when I come across individuals like yourself, man, that has that unique sound that definitely brings a whole new atmosphere to hip-hop within the year 2022.
Man, I appreciate that, for real. I really do.
And also as well, I actually noticed, man, that recently you actually took the stage at Hot Seat Challenge Thursdays, man. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I do know that now that the pandemic is over, so many individuals are hitting the stages and people are getting booked like crazy. I have to ask, do you actually have any current concerts booked right now? That way our listeners can snag some tickets and come and see the one and only Blando Bandz live in full effect.
As of right now, I'm chopping it up with someone in Oregon about setting up a show, but I don't have anything officially set up yet. Also, I plan on doing a show in Arizona soon, but honestly, right now, how I've been getting on my shows is I've just been traveling, moving around, doing it myself, tapping on people myself, networking myself. So I mean, honestly, if anybody listening or anybody, anybody that's tuned in right now got a recommendation of where you guys want me to go, just tap it in with me, and I can set it up anywhere. Y'all can hit me up on Instagram at Blando Bandz. That's BLANDOBANDZ. And I'm willing to network with everybody. I'm willing to do videos, features, everything, because that's what it's all about, networking. So I'm willing to go wherever y'all want me to go.
And also as well, man, January 9th of 2022, you actually released a phenomenal single, Temptation, that I'm actually going to be playing immediately following this interview. For the listeners that are tuning into the station for the very first time, what can they expect from it when I play it here on 97.7 FM momentarily?
Man, you can expect a lot of heat, a lot of honesty and truth. All my music, I got something from my life story in there. So, a lot of people that's familiar with me can actually point out stuff in my music and be like, okay, yeah, they can really vouch for it. So you're going to hear, a nice little melody, nice beat, but at the end of the day, beyond the melody and beyond the beat, is some truth in it. So,
I gotta say, it definitely is a phenomenal song, man. As you already know, we got it here in rotation. We got it spinning hard. But I always like bringing that up during the interview, because I always do know we have new listeners sliding in and out all the time, man. So that way, if they were tuning in for the same time, I want them to be able to know what they can expect if they didn't already hear it here on 97.7.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also as well, man, on March 2nd, 2022, you actually released the single Doorman, which is, in all honesty, one of my particular favorite releases by you. I was wondering, can you tell us a bit more about this brand new song? And of course, where can we actually buy or stream that single today?
Doorman is also out on all platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Deezer, any platform. And that song, that's one of my songs where I actually, tried to change and go out my comfort zone and fit more into like the modern style. It got more like, I'm originally from Detroit, which isn't too far from Canada, so it got more like a Detroit sound to it. And, you can really dance to it, you can get turned to it, you can play it in the club. So it's one of those songs where I actually just try something new and, try a different style, and it actually worked out for me.
And I gotta say, like I said, definitely a phenomenal song, so I do encourage everyone that is listening right now, make sure you go out there and stream that and definitely add that to your favorite Spotify playlist. Let's run the numbers up on that joint.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
But I gotta ask, man, what is next for yourself, Blando Bandz? Is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? What was to got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening?
Man, you touch bases on a lot of stuff. You touch bases on basically everything. I just got the Stay Down merchandise that's coming within the next few weeks. I'm gonna have that ready. Hopefully, I got this. Actually, I'm not even gonna say hopefully. I'm gonna say that big feature that I'm working on. I'm gonna set that up. That's gonna be in motion. So I'm just gonna keep working, keep booking shows, keep doing interviews, and keep getting my name out there. And hopefully, soon I have my breakout moment.
And I gotta say, man, definitely the best way in the music industry is make connections, man. I know a few individuals that do interviews as well, man. I'll definitely put the bug in their ear, man, and actually try to get you on their platforms as well.
Man, I would love that. I would definitely appreciate that.
But also as well, man, this is the time in the interview quickly that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station Airwaves. Just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to. But most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can pull out the phones and follow you all across the board and stay updated on everything Blando Bandz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to give a big shout-out to my manager, G. Waters, to my mom, my dad, my sisters, brothers, my whole family, and everybody that's supporting me. Even the listeners on here, who never even heard of me before, I want to give a shout-out to y'all for listening, And if y'all want to find me on any social media platform or any music platform, y'all can find me at Blando Bandz. That's BLANDOBANDZ. And also, I want to give a shout-out to you for setting up this interview today. You've been showing a lot of love, so I definitely got to give a special shout-out to you and everybody who's producing the show and, everybody that's playing parts in what's going on right now.
Hey, man, I gotta say, I definitely appreciate you, man. It's definitely an honor to interview such a talented individual on the radio station Airwaves this evening, man. Anytime, don't hesitate to hit me up. You already know you got a home here on 97.7 FM.
Man, and I definitely appreciate that, and I definitely will stop by again and keep stopping by periodically.
Hey, man, most definitely. That sounds like a plan, man. But I gotta say, for now, Blando, definitely have yourself a wonderful night, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what comes out for you in the future.
Man, thank you, family. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that, and I hope everything goes well for you, which I know it will. And I just want to let you know I'm watching, man. So I'm rooting for you.
Hey, man, the same love over to you, man. I'm definitely rooting for you as well, man. Thank you so much, Blando. Definitely have yourself a wonderful night, man. We definitely shall talk soon.
Man, thank you. You definitely will. Have a good night.
You as well.
Everybody that's listening.